Hi everybody, Solomon's Tales again. Don't know the number. So we left it. Ning and Solomon in Cambodia. Just had a night at a little bit of a town. Everything was good. Morning come. And Solomon went off, found some coffee. Ning, email. And then came the news. He gets back with the coffee. And Ning announces that her boyfriend, supposed to be non-boyfriend, who's still sending her money, is on his way to Bangkok, coming back over to see her sort everything out. Oh, great. Always the way when things are going so well, something like this happens. So what are they going to do? They're about 4 hours down from Phnom Penh, southwest. They've got the two bikes, and Ning says to Solomon she'll head back to Phnom Penh with the bike. She'll take it to Jeff at the bar and he can sort it out, and she'll go to the airport of Phnom Penh, fly back to Bangkok and sort her fella out. Well, what could Solomon do? He can't say no. So he thinks, well, okay, are you going to be okay? She's fine with bikes. You're going to be okay getting back to Phnom Penh? Yep, no problem. And off she goes. She packs her bag, throws her rucksack on the back, gives him a kiss, says I'll see you soon, and heads off in the wrong direction. Well, from where he wants to go. She heads off back to Phnom Penh. There he is. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a huge long ride to Shulukville or whatever it's called, and he's on his own. Never mind. It's an adventure. It's going to happen. So, has his coffee, pays the bill for the room, chucks the bag on his back, gets on the bike and thinks, oh well, here we go, day one of a new adventure, solo. And off he heads. The roads, again, this was road number 48, whatever. He had no idea how far it was. The map that he had was terrible, but he was told it was a good long ride. Road surface really bad at this point. It's getting worse and worse as he's going, and this is 15 years ago. Imagine now it's a smooth, beautiful motorway, but then no, and not much as far as civilization, the odd farms and things, and the hope there's a fuel garage down that road. It's the only main road back in those days going down that way, so there had to be. And he heads off. He keeps his speed reasonable. It's like 45 kilometers an hour. He's just trickling along, taking in all the scenery, and it's beautiful, absolutely stunning country. And he keeps going. A couple of hours down the road, he finds a sort of a bit of a tin shed house, but there's a shop at the front. Pulls in, and he thinks anytime he can get fuel, he'll get it. And luckily they've got fuel there in bottles, so they're pumping it out of a barrel into bottles. So he tops up the bike. Doesn't take much, it's pennies. Now he's got no, is it ringgit or whatever the currency is in Cambodia? All he's got is dollars. So he's like, I hope this is going to be alright. He gets a couple of can of Red Bull or whatever it is, and he gets a couple more and throws in his backpack. A couple of bags of crisps, and gives a couple of dollars to this girl. No problem. Takes the money, comes back with some coins, so ringgits or whatever they are. So throws them in his pocket. Doesn't even know how much it all was, but it wasn't much. It was less than a couple of bucks. So cheap, so cheap. And he tries to say to the girl, Shulukville, pointing up that way, and she hasn't got the foggiest what he's saying. And he's like, oh, okay. And off he goes again. Now, he does a stint of about another 3 hours. It's coming to about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's getting, it's tiring, just on those roads, all the potholes and stuff. bike's taking a bit of a pounding. And he's coming round a bit of a forest section, comes round a bit of a hill, a corner, and in front of him he sees what I would call a village. Now, maybe 20 houses, but on the left is a garage. Well, sort of a garage. Bit of a forecourt, but with pumps for fuel. And a shop. You can see some other bits. So down he comes the hill, into the garage. Guy comes over, so he fills the bike up. Again, it's pennies. Goes into the shop, and this shop's got, well, it's a sort of shop. It's got some shelves, and it's got all sorts of food. It's got some fridges with beer in. So it's got quite a bit. And outside is a couple of street vendors selling cooked chicken and pork and fish and bits. So he pays the guy for the fuel. Again, it's only a couple of bucks. And has a look around, and across the road he notices what looks like it's a little bar. A bit of a tin shed, but it's got some, looks like lights that aren't on at the moment outside hanging. I can make out some tables in there. Looks like a jukebox in the corner. But next to it is a sign that he's seen quite a bit, and you can see these single story rooms, like motels rooms, but only one story. And the woman selling the food, he points across and does it the old, sleep sign, and she's, yeah, he thinks, this is probably my best chance, because I don't know how far Schluckville is. I'll get a room over there. I'll stay here the night. And I'll see if I can get hold of Jeff. Now his phone has got a Thai SIM card in. It's empty, doesn't work. So the phone's not working. Anyway, he thinks, I'll get some food, I'll go over to the room, see if I can get a room. So buy some chicken off this woman, fried chicken, looks quite nice. Again, $1. Gets his bike, food in one hand in a bag, rides across the road to these rooms, parks the bike, and there's a guy there. Goes over to him. He's got a little bit of an office, sort of a room with a window as an office. Guy takes him over to there in his room, how much? Pulls out the dollars, and the guy sort of said $4 for a room. $4. Fabulous. So he gives the guy $4. The guy gives him a key and points to the number on the key. Points to the room. That's great. Then Solomon's saying to him, telephone. You got and the guy's got a phone. And the guy's like, $1. Whatever. It's all money. All about money. Pulls $1. Here's $1. Guy passes the phone, old-fashioned phone. Solomon digs up his phone. At least he's got the phone numbers in there. He's got Jeff's number. Rings the numbers. It keeps ringing for a bit. Luckily, Jeff answers. Now, for the time Solomon's been travelling, Ning should have easily got back. And he says to Jeff, Ning had a problem. Did she come back with a bike as she returned it? Yes. Oh. Solomon could, a sigh of relief. He's not going to end up having to pay for a motorcycle that a Thai girl has dumped at the airport and legged it. Jeff said he got the bike, he dropped it back, all was good. And was he okay? Solomon was, yep, fine. And Ning had gone off in a taxi to the airport, so all good. Anyway, Solomon says thanks to Jeff, see you next time when he comes back. Phone down. Sorted. Happy. There was that little worry in the back of his head. So, dives in the room, a horrible room. It's got a double bed, it's got a fan, it's not very clean, it's hot. There's a window at the front and a door, and the room's only about 4 meters square. And in the corner's a wall, no door, with an open plan toilet in the hole in the floor, a bucket with water in, and a bit of a hose coming off the wall, which was the shower. Oh dear. Anyway, someone thought, whatever. Sits down, eats his chicken. has a lie down, goes flat out, couple of hours, fast asleep. Anyway, wakes up a bit later. Right, I'm gonna have one of these showers. Huh. It was freezing cold water coming out of this pipe. Oh, horrible. Freezing. Has a shower, change of clothes, and it's probably 6 o'clock, early evening still. Thinks, right, could do with some more food. Comes out, leaves his rucksack in the room, locks the room, comes out. To the right he can see more buildings, bit of a street. He thinks he'll just have a wander down there. It's only a few hundred metres. He walks down, and there's a little cafe restaurant. It's the tin tables, the tin chairs, about 4 tables, and a woman, big open wok, cooking all sorts. I think, great. She gives him a menu, can't read it, there's no pictures, there's nothing. He thinks, oh God. He stands up and walks over to the woman to where she's cooking, and you can see some pork, and he's pointing at that, and the rice. And she like, okay, she knows what it, okay, foreigner, meat and rice. So she knocks up a dish, and it's lovely. He has that, really nice. He has a Coke, and they give him a metal cup with ice and a straw and a little bottle of Coke, and it's just metal cup. Tastes horrible, but there we go. $1.50, something like this. Anyway, he was getting low on the dollars. He had $10 bills, and I think $50 bills. Anyway, no low numbers. So I think he gave her a $10 bill, but she was fine. But she gave him all the change in Cambodia money, so he didn't have a foggy as how much he'd paid. No idea. Wasn't prepared properly for the exchange rates and all of that. He could have been just ripped off, but he had no idea. Whatever. Anyway, food, Coke, brilliant. Walks back up and he thinks he's going to go to that bar, get a beer. It's starting to get dark. It gets dark early there. They got the lights on. Walks into this front. So there's a metal shutter that's open. Walks in. There's 4 wooden tables with any old dining room table, chairs, different variety of them. Light in the background pointing down on a jukebox which was playing Thai music, no, Cambodian music or something like that. Pointing down. On the right was this bar. It was literally a metre long, chest high, with a bit of wood on top. God knows what it was made of. And behind it, perched on it, just like everywhere Solomon goes, is this grumpy old lady. Just got that look about her. Old, haggard, miserable looking. Anyway, so she's there. Right in front of him, in the corner, is quite a modern jukebox, playing this music, and there's 2 girls. To the left is quite a pretty girl, 25, 30, pretty. To the right is a girl that looked like she'd been a professional wrestler for 20 years and lost every fight. Oh. And they just stared at him. And the woman on the bar stared at him. And he thinks, The wrestler bangs the jukebox, hits some buttons, the music changes. What's she put on? Elvis. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Just sums up the look of that wrestler and the grumpy old lady. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Anyway, he thinks, okay, gonna get a beer. He sits down at the table. Or should he have ordered off the grumpy woman, or he sits down. And sits. And sits. And then the grumpy owner, presume it was the owner, shouts at the girls. So the wrestler comes over. No menu. Just like, what do you want to drink in Cambodian? And, well, that's what he guessed, she said. He's like, Singer, Leo, Tiger, Chang, And she's just staring at him and like, beer? Oh, her eyes lit up. Yeah. She put her hand out to him for money. She didn't say how much. He's like, oh God. Okay. So, into his pocket, and he's got all this Cambodian money, and he's no idea how much it is, and he's like, puts his hand like that, and she grabs a couple of the notes, and he thinks, why am I paying first for the beer? That's strange. And she walks over to the grumpy lady. Grumpy lady says something and gives her something. I mean, there's bottles behind the grumpy lady, but they're all empty. Vodka, whiskey, all the rest of it, all empty. You know, the grumpy lady says something, gives her something, and the rest walks across the road to the garage. He's like, what? Yeah, over the garage. She comes back, carrying a bag, 1 bottle of beer, and a bag of ice. Up to the grumpy lady. They muck around for a second, and then the wrestler turns around. She comes across with a glass, half pint, ice in it, and the bottle of beer with the top off. The beer was cold, luckily. Now in Asia, if you've been, they always give you ice in a glass. If it's warm beer, so that's horrible. So anyway, bottle of beer. Solomon gets the glass with the ice, turns around, throws the ice over his shoulder, out the bar onto the road, then pours the beer into the glass. The look the grumpy lady gave him, as if looks could kill. She was just like, because she just bought ice and he'd just thrown it away. Well, actually, he'd probably just bought the ice. He just paid for it anyway. And he's thinking, where are they making their profit from this? Did she take more out of my hand for this beer? Maybe. They must be making a profit somehow. Anyway, there he is with his beer. And we've gone way over time. We'll continue this on the next one. See you soon. Bye.